Hello everyone, Ratty here. Today we're checking out Sundowning by Sleep Token. This has been a long time coming, and I'm really excited to listen to this one. Which songs have I heard already? We'll go through those really quick. The Night Does Not Belong to God, a banger. I'm pretty sure I've heard The Offering, because I feel like I remember liking that one too. I know I've listened to a couple others, I thought. Bloodsport, I really like that one, at least the studio version. The live version, it was like in the room in the basement or whatever. I thought that one was okay, but not nearly as good as the studio. I thought there was at least one more that I liked that I'd heard before. Maybe not. That might be all the ones that I've heard. But yeah, I've been really excited to get into this. I've been wanting to do it for a while, and hopefully I like this album because I'd like to check out the next two as well. So starting off with The Night Does Not Belong to God. That's one I've heard, but we'll listen to it again. I still love how like he sings that line so much. His vocals are actually disgustingly good. I love this part so much. Yep. Okay, that song is still definitely a banger. Everything from the instrumental to the vocals is like really, really, really good. Definitely feel the same about that in every means. I actually might like the song more than what I did when I originally listened to it. It's I don't know, it feels so emotional, and I know that it becomes more emotional for people that have actually listened to their full discography. So that's going to be something I feel like I kind of have to pick up on as I'm listening through this full album, and hopefully the next two soon as well. And just to see how much these like songs from before grow on me from then to now. I mean, because like I said, even now I think they've grown on me even more, and I still really, really, really like this one. So yeah, off to a great start with this album, and I love the tie-ins with Euclid. So it is kind of funny that I have that perspective of both the very end and the very beginning, considering I haven't heard very much of the in-between. So I guess I don't know if I'm lucky or maybe it's just a unique experience, I guess, just to me that I've heard the beginning and end first before everything else. At least it's probably going to be an interesting experience compared to most. So now we've got The Offering. This is the second song I've heard before, so we'll get into this one. Maybe I haven't heard this one. I thought I did. Unless I really just don't remember it.
You are a garden entwined with all. You are the silence.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard this one.
Sacred shores, you've got diamonds for teeth, my love. So take a bite of me just once. I want to turn the
Man.
once again. Oh, take a bite. This is again an offering in your favor, a sacrifice in your name. But I know you've got a taste, so just take a bite of me. Turn the page
This is a very drawn out, like fade out. Okay. I think there's some things that I like about this one, but there's also some things I don't like. I think one of the major dislikes is definitely that really drawn out outro where it's just fading for a really, really long time. Sometimes the fade outs are fine, sometimes they're not. I think this time it's really long, because that's a good, what, at least 30-second fade out. That goes on for a while. And on top of that, you're already getting a mostly instrumental for like a minute before that too. It's just a very, very long outro. And it doesn't help that I'm not like as huge on these heavier parts as some other people are. But then on the other hand, I think there's also a lot of stuff that I do like about this one. Again, a lot of it comes down to those vocals. There's some areas where he hits those higher notes that I really, really enjoy. Some of it is a little bit over exaggerated, but I'm not against that or anything. I think it's fine. So yeah, by far, I think the first half is my favorite, and then towards the end, I'm not as big on that. It's a bit too heavy for me. We'll see how it fades into this next song though, because I wonder if the next song is going to pick up as heavy or if it's going to start slow. With them, you never know. They have so many songs that are both slow and others that are really, really heavy and just completely different. So let's see how this goes. Okay, future Ratty here for a second. So what's about to happen is going to need a little bit of explanation. I was going to leave a little text box really quick to explain it, but let me just explain it with words. So the last song, you didn't notice because the song was playing, but when I was live streaming this, the audio was not on for the last one or the first half of this song. So now you have an idea of what's going on. Oh my gosh. The desktop audio wasn't on this whole time. Oh my gosh. Well, that's embarrassing. So I just set up these keybinds. Let me try it really quick.
Yo, check.
It just, okay, so last time it just failed to turn on the desktop audio or something. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for that. That's embarrassing. So I went that whole last song, I think, without the audio coming through. Well, you can listen along. I guess you can go back through it with the audio on your own, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, let me get back to this one. I'll actually restart it because that was very disruptive.
And I can lift you up. Your body is mostly blood, like water, a perfect flood, engulfing me again. And I can tell you won't remember my cracking bones, the trauma we can't regrow, just as you leave again. No. Will you never
Those are soft.
Will you levitate? Will you levitate?
I love those like backing vocals too that are really, really far away sounding and muffled. See, I think a fade out like this is much better than the previous one, just because this one feels a lot more natural. It's like a part of the song. The other one felt like the song just was perpetually going on. Okay, so Levitate, really, really good. I'm very, very happy with that one. That one was by far, I think, better than the previous song, which, again, the previous song I didn't like super hate or anything. I just think that I like really, really, really liked Levitate versus the previous one. I think that one was just kind of stuck in between two really, really good songs, so it kind of gets a bad hand for me. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with that one, and it feels very emotional, like very emotional. And I will admit, I was a little iffy about it at first when it was just starting off super, super acoustic, because I'm not, as some of you know, I'm not huge on acoustic songs, and sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't. I think that one worked out really, really well because it, over time, picked up and was like, had more energy to it. And I feel like the emotional, like on an emotional level, it also continued to pick up more and more, which was super, super cool. What's up, My Guitar Therapy? Such an amazing album. So far, I've really liked it. So far. On to Dark Signs.
Where I was raised, there wasn't no street lights, just pitch black and passing headlights. Where we met, there must have been dark signs, omens in your skies. Most days you reach for safety, remain calm, forget that you know me. When we met, I could see dark signs, alarm bells in your eyes. And I miss the man I was, the moment we left off. And I hate who I have become. Every time I wake And I miss the night I walked, the moment we left. And I hate who I have become. Every time I wake up,
Another fade out. So that seems to be a very common thing on this album, are these fade outs. Either way though, I'm not against that one. That one was fine. It's something I've noticed is that there's has that been every song, or it might have been every song so far. At least the last three, there's been some form of fade out. Although arguably the last one before this previous one wasn't like a true fade out, just because it was more part of the song than it was just being a fade out. But yeah, I like that song too. I think what's funny though is I can't get out of my head, part of the percussion that they use on that is what was used in songs on Apex Legends when that first came out, and I am constantly just going back to that and remembering that song instead. It's just at that time, I feel like around when this came out, there's a lot of stuff using that type of percussion. I don't know what it was. This one, 2019? Yep, okay, that's around when I was thinking. I was thinking 2018, but 2019 is close enough. I just remember hearing that type of percussion in a lot of different music at the time. Don't know why. I couldn't tell you why at all. That being said, though, I do enjoy the percussion in general. It's just, there's like one specific kind of, it kind of sounds like something like a water drop dropping on metal. That sound, if you know what I'm talking about, was very present at that time. Everything else, though, I do really enjoy. And not that I hate that, it reminds me of other things a lot. So yeah, I think that one was a pretty good song. It's not my favorite so far, but I did like it. I think I liked it a little more than The Offering still. Which, oh my god, I didn't realize The Offering was one of the biggest songs on this album. I'm probably going to get some flack for that. But yeah, I wasn't huge on that one compared to the rest of them so far. But up next, we've got Higher.
you say you won't begin again. Capitulate and let me in, 'cause I am a fire and you are dry as bone. You are taking your time, you are killing me slow, and I know we instigate, go back and forth, lacerate, 'cause you can remember only when you're alone. I am granting you more than the debt that I owe, 'cause I look for scarlet and you look for ultraviolet. We are exhausted by all this pretending, we just can't resist the violence. And you need the melody, I only need the silence. But each time we battle, the blood and the fury saves us a little higher.
Oh, this feels like KI Theory.
danger, and you're a long way from home. You were one among many, but you're now on your own. And I hate the way you look at me when I am not understood. 'Cause you can remember only when you're alone. I am granting you more than the debt that I
was pretty heavy. Okay, I'd say overall I think I did like that one. There's a few things I wasn't as fond on because overall the song felt kind of disjointed. I'm not sure why. It was almost, I think a lot of it came down from me, at least throughout a good portion of the song, was the percussion, because the percussion, it didn't feel very rhythmic. It just kind of felt like it was coming in and out. And I'm not like saying that's necessarily bad. It just, that kind of led to that strange disjointed nature. And I think that makes the song interesting though at the same time. Like, I don't think that's not like a reason why I would dislike it, because overall, like I said, I did enjoy the song. It's interesting that it has this disjointed nature to it, and there's got to be more that goes into it. I think some of it might come down to just the lyrics themselves not feeling super rhythmic as well. I don't know, it's such a weird feeling that I'm getting out of this one. Nothing feels like it's perfectly put together, rather than that it is purposely separated in a lot of weird ways. I can't quite put my finger on why it's like that, but I think that's the closest I can get, because it's a very, very interesting feeling that comes out of that one. I think it's interesting that they come back again with the screaming at the end of the song. That's been 2 songs on this album, I believe, so far, and I know I've heard that in a couple other ones too, where they just have like the really heavy metal outro. This one I think is about on par with The Offering for me. They might be ones that I like a little more when I come back to. Right now I do like them, but I don't like them as much as some of the other ones that I've heard so far. But yeah, I'd say it's about on par with The Offering. The chorus sounds epic. Oh, for sure. I think the chorus sounds good. I think the vocals are good too. I that kind of goes without saying at this point, just because of how often or I don't know. Yeah, I say that pretty much every song. I mean, the vocals are good. At worst, I think sometimes he over exaggerates on some songs, but I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. It just is kind of funny sometimes. Drumming like that is what makes the song. Oh yeah. I'm not like, I guess I did probably come across as like hating the drumming. No, I thought the drumming was fine. It creates that strange disjointed nature, which again, I'm not fully against it. I think it just makes the song so it takes me a little bit, it's going to take me longer to get used to it because it seems to be purposely disjointed. So yeah, overall good song. I don't like it as much as some of the other ones though. All right, up next we've got Take Aim. It sounds so majestic. Again with some crazy percussion. All right, another banger. I really like that one. I added that to my playlist, I think before the halfway mark. It's crazy hearing him hit these falsettos for like extended amounts of time like this, because that was like a good chunk of the song was him hitting falsettos, which is a little bit out of left field. Not in a bad way. I actually super like those falsettos. He hits them really well, and I think it helps show some vocal range that he does have. Obviously, we all know he can sing. We all know that he has range, but this just extends that range a little further, and I love to see it. The song, like I said at the beginning, it kind of has like a majestic feel, like a fairy tale feel, instrumental wise. There's something so like nice and pretty about it that just reminds me of like a fairy tale world or something along that line. Can I scroll back on the lyrics? 1 second, because I'm pretty sure this is like a love song. Of course, with that Sleep Token, it's always a bit more cryptic than that, so I can't be for sure. But on surface level, it feels kind of like a love song. It has something, it probably has something to do with like that Sleep Token religion thing. I'm not fully in the loop on that. I've learned a little bit more over time, but I'm not fully ingrained in it yet. But yeah, I don't know. The instrumental on this one just fits really right. And we did have sort of another fade out, except for this one actually felt like similar to a couple other ones that actually felt like it actually belonged like really well. I like how it kind of, they added like a reverb or like distance to the strumming of the guitar as it left, and then it suddenly actually cut off 4 seconds before the song ends. Song ends. But yeah, good song. I like that one. My favorite so far. That's definitely, I think, one of the better ones so far. Let me go back to the list that we've got. Okay, so I think The Night Does Not Belong to God is still my favorite at the moment. I did really like Levitate. I'd probably put it about at the same level as Levitate for me at the moment. Exactly, I was thinking the same. Yeah, I don't know, it's just, I like the light feeling of it. It's very different from a lot of their darker toned songs. So after that banger, we've got... Oh, whoa, I do want to take a second to mention, this one is also down in plays versus the last one that I also really liked, Levitate. These two, the two that I just compared, are down in views compared to some of them. I think it's clear that the Sleep Token audience is definitely bigger towards the heavier parts of music, mixed in with like emotional stuff as per usual, but it seems that there's a drop off, at least so far on this album, between the ones that are heavier and the ones that are a lot softer. So we'll see. But anyways, yeah, we'll get to Give.
You take the dark and carve me out a home. I picture you when you are all alone. I know how we got here. I know how we got here. I am the shadow, you're a passenger. I am the intake of breath, so sharp, and I know you better. Just wanna know you better. If you wanna give, then give me all that you can give. All your darkest impulses and if you wanna give me anything, then give it again.
He sounds like Don Bronco on this one. Or is it Broco?
I'll be the limit of your light again. I wanna taste you better. I wanna taste you better. I will be watching for your enemies to let them know that they contend with me. I wanna know you're out there. I wanna know you're out there. If you wanna give, then give me all that you can give. All your darkest impulses and if you wanna give me anything, then give it again. I just wanna give you all that I can give. All my darkest impulses and if you wanna give me anything, then give it again. In this open warfare, I won't fight fair. No, I won't fight fair.
was good. I like that one. I was caught a little blindsided by his regular vocals. Okay, Future Ratty is back. So I'm going to provide a little more explanation here too. So in my head, I don't know, I still don't know if this is true or not. I've been told that his normal pitch is that deeper sound that he has on a lot of his songs, but as you'll see soon enough, I was under the impression that on this song, this was like his real voice, and on all the other ones, he purposely pitched his voice down when singing. So I still have no idea if this is true. I've been told by people that listen to them that the other, like his lower pitch voice is his normal voice, so I'm probably wrong. I'm newer-ish to Sleep Token than most of you, so I don't know. Listen to me, and if you think I'm insane, I'm insane. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly have no idea. Anyways, though, I'll send you right back to President Ratty with his possibly insane takes. I don't think I've ever heard him sing normally. Give me a second to explain. He always purposely lowers his voice, and I just assumed that it was his real voice because I'd heard him sing that way on every song other than the falsetto occasionally. That I just assumed he just sang in that darker pitch, but this one was very obviously his like normal tone. Like he wasn't trying to like purposely pitch down his voice or pitch it up a bit. So that caught me off guard, and I don't know if in my mind I feel like I might look at all these other songs a bit differently, knowing that he's purposely dropping his shift for them, his pitch for them, which is, I don't know, it's interesting. I wonder why he chooses to do that on so many songs. Granted, I haven't heard very many, but out of the ones that I had heard, almost all of them were that pitched down voice. Well, this one he was hitting the falsettos too. He did have that, his obvious normal pitch for this one. Again, strange. Was not expecting it. And I'm wondering if that's why this one has double the listens of some of the other slower songs. Because I just said the thing about how the slower songs tend to have a few less listens. But this one's doubled the last one, and it makes me question if people just really do like his voice when he goes for that normal pitch too. I don't know. I definitely do. I like that. I probably like it more than some of the times that he chooses to do the lower pitch, because on some songs it feels unnecessary, especially now that I know that this is like his likely normal range. Of course, there's some assumptions going on here, but it's a very head-turning thing. But yeah, that was a good song. I do want to mention one other thing though. I think the chorus can get a little repetitive. Hearing "give every line" and then the fact that I think it's three or four times on this song is the chorus, and the chorus is relatively long. So after you hear it for the third time, it does feel a bit repetitive. But I'm not going to dig into that too much because I think it sounds good. He's being so honest and vulnerable on this one. Yeah, I feel like a lot of their songs, they're relatively emotional. Yeah, I can definitely get behind that. Up next, we've got track number 8, Gods. What? Interesting switch up. strange song for sure. Okay. I think that's the first song I haven't liked. I'm not huge on the screaming. That one just is not for me. I briefly thought I might like it when the middle came around and it switched back to their slower style, but I think the screaming is a bit too much, and I think they go a bit too heavy in the song for my liking. I realize why people do like that. It just, out of what Sleep Token does, that's my least favorite. I'm not as big on their heavier stuff, and that's about as heavy as it gets, so that one's not for me. But I do really enjoy the middle part where it slows back down. I think the outro is fine. Like I really like this middle part right here with like the eternally parts or whatever. The outro, I think it's fine for what the song is, especially given that the first part happens. I just don't care for the first part of the song. It's just too much for me. But again, I understand why people would enjoy that. Yeah, I can't understand anything he's singing. That's when you know it's getting heavy, when you lose all knowing of what they're saying. I'll be honest, I don't like screaming in studio versions. Live performance is cool. Yeah, I think live performance does seem cooler for screaming, just because, and I should be clear, like, I understand how difficult to scream like that is. I know it's a talent to be able to do it, so I'm always impressed with people being able to do it. I just don't like the sound of it, and especially when they're doing it live, then it's even cooler. Yeah, growls and screams are something that I think are really impressive, especially when done properly, because some people are able to do it without damaging their vocal cords, which is even more impressive. So yeah, I'm still impressed by the performance. It's just not for me. Okay, so up next we've got Sugar. Also, oh, that does remind me, just because the name Sugar is so happy sounding and like light, I think it's interesting that we go from Take, Aim, and Give on to Gods, which is like the heaviest song on the album so far. Because Take, Aim, and Give were both fairly slow songs, and we're just thrown into the fire with that one. Okay, now let's get to Sugar. We're in like a music box now.
You play a twisted little game, but I know in a way you need to complicate. Believe that though we never eat, we still know how to feed, we still know how to bleed. Sugar, I'll develop a taste for you. 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 My arms will keep you in the room, barely let you move, but show me what you do. Tonight, we second guessed again. Let me wrap the chains, addicted to the pain. Sugar, I'll develop a taste for you.
There we go. This instrumental also reminds me a bit of like Legend of Zelda. What is it, like Fairy Garden? I think that's one of the songs that kind of reminds me of. That one definitely goes into the next song. I'll have to start it before I get into the next one, somewhere at the end of this one. This song, I'm not actually huge on this one. I think it's fine. I don't like dislike it really. I just think it's really, really repetitive, especially for the first half, where it's just the same. It's the same instrumental. It's the same lines, just kind of over and over again. That part, I definitely was getting a bit just like ready to move on. And then luckily it came in with the middle. And by the way, I think after the middle portion, the song gets significantly better, or it picks up a bit. There's a lot more variation in both how he sings and then instrumental as well. Even with the lines being the same, I think that kind of helps out with that. Yeah, I think this is probably my second least favorite song on this album as of now. I'm not huge on this one. That's probably going to give me some flack too. That's one of the more listened to songs. Is that the second most listened to song on this? It is. All right. I'll put out my apologies now. But yeah, I'm not huge on that one. I don't know what's up with me and Sleep Token people. I feel like I'm always just opposite on which songs I like the most. Not always, but I feel like a lot of them. My likes tend to be the very opposite of what the fans are liking. Growls and Scream in one note and line is okay, but the whole song is kind of too much for me. That's how I am for the most part. I like if it's occasional, I think it can emphasize certain parts of the songs or create more emotion. Or maybe just it makes a bigger impact on the song. But when it's throughout the whole song, I think it loses the impact that it could be giving. And then I'm just getting screamed at. Okay, so Say That You Will. I already forgot I have to start at the end of this one to get a proper flow into the next song. Okay, never mind. I don't think there is a flow from that song to this song. I thought it would the production would kind of combine from one song to the other.
Is that a word to say my love, or just a gesture in tongues? Well, I live to guess your sorrow, and you live to empty my lungs. You've got me up in a frenzy again, and I know you're planning to leave in the end.
I might already like this one. right. I really like that one. I wonder, let's see the views on this one. It's probably gonna be one. Yep, it's one of the lower ones. I knew it. I don't know what's up with me liking these lower listened to songs so much. Because I like that one a lot more than the previous one. I don't know, the way that they combine the more emotional tracks with these like slightly grungier, heavier bits just works really well, because they keep the undertone of the emotional instrumental or just like vocals when going into the heavy part, rather than just have it be like a traditional heavier song. It works so well together. It's such an interesting combo to have these two very opposite things just work together so well. I mean, I guess it is just a juxtaposition. It works so well. I really like that song. It was incredible. I super love the instrumental in the beginning and the end too. The end, I like how they switch back from that heavier part of the song and just let the softer instrumental carry it out towards the end. I think that leaves a more emotional impact with the song, and it might lead into the next song. Although I will say, so far the songs don't really play off of one another super well. I don't think they necessarily don't fit in with each other. It's just a matter of they don't try to connect production from one song to the other. They're just not going for that, which is fine. It's something to keep note of. Like, don't be expecting these songs to intertwine super well, instrumental wise. But at the same time, again, the album as a whole, I think, does have a cohesion to it, which is good. They keep a fairly similar sound. And you know what? These LEDs are not flattering for my pale skin. They make me look more pale than I am. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a pale person, but these LEDs do me no favor. No favors at all. We just finished Say That You Will, then we got Drag Me Under, and then Bloodsport. So obviously I've heard Bloodsport, Drag Me Under I have not. Bloodsport, though, I remember liking quite a bit. We'll see how I feel about it next time, once I get to it. And, but yeah, we'll get to Drag Me Under. These vocals so much. I think the song is really good. Another one of my favorites on this album. I love the just soft, whispery vocals in the background throughout the song. They create a really atmospheric feel that I super enjoy. I don't know why I like that feeling so much, but I do. It's just that distance between the vocals and me almost makes them have a greater meaning. I really don't know why. I don't know. It hits different. It hits different. It creates a whole new feeling for me that I really, really enjoy. And I think they just add to the emotional feelings that you get from the songs that are on this album and the music that they make. I don't know if that's just a me thing or not, but I love that a lot. And guess what? This is another song that has like no views or no listens. So what is up with that? Interesting. Will you listen to the three bonus tracks from Deluxe? I'm not going to be listening to those just because, if I'm not mistaken, aren't they just acoustic versions? I checked at the beginning, but I'll double check. Oh wait, no, Shelter's new. Okay, never mind. I thought these were all acoustic versions from other songs, but they aren't. I'll see how I'm feeling after Bloodsport. I might look into these last three. I'm going to skip over From the Room Below Bloodsport though, because I've heard that and I wasn't super huge on it. Highly suggest reading into the lore of Sleep Token. As you said, you had not much knowledge on that. I feel like that helps immerse yourself in their music even more. Yeah, I think what I'm probably gonna do is once I make this into a video, I'll accept the comments as my learning. That's usually what I do with these album reviews that have heavy lore. I mean, the people that listen to them a lot are going to have more knowledge on it, and they'll be able to tell me exactly how it's supposed to be once I get it posted. And that'll probably save you a lot of time, to be honest. Not that I'm not interested, it just takes, I know that kind of stuff. You have to kind of really invest some time into really getting deep into the lore. So when somebody like that already is really well informed on it, lets you know, it's like they're giving you a good TLDR. Especially when you mix in their personal experience with the music, and then it's even more interesting because those meanings will actually fit into each person differently. Like different people will take them in different ways, which is super cool. Okay, so again, we've heard Bloodsport, but I'll give it another listen, and then you know what? I'll hit up those bonus tracks after that. Other than the Bloodsport one, since I've already heard that. If you are new here and you haven't seen that, I do have a video for the Bloodsport. From the Room Below. Heads up though, I wasn't super big on it. It was fine. I like it more now that I've heard it a couple times, but I'm still not huge on it.
I wanna roll the numbers. I wanna feel my stars align again. Even if the earth breaks like burnt skin and the heavens just won't open up for me, would you invite me in again? Won't you pay for your arrogance? Won't you show me your weakness? I made loving you a blood sport. I made loving you a blood sport. I made loving you a blood sport. I can't win. I made loving you a blood sport. I made loving you a blood sport. I made loving you a blood sport. I can't win. So let's play.
I love this part of the instrumental so much.
Somewhere the atoms stopped fusing. I'm still your favorite regret. You're still my weapon of choosing. And out there, stuck in a quantum pattern, tangled with what I never said. You say it doesn't matter. I wanna be forgiven.
The drums come in so hard on this one.
Show me
crying always hits hard. I'm gonna see how it loops back into the front to the first song really quick. You know what? I think that loop is actually pretty decent with how it starts slow and then ends slow. You could probably loop through this album pretty well. Like you'd be able to pretty seamlessly go from the start to the beginning again and start re-listening. I still feel really, really good about that song. It's one of my favorites on the album. I think that is my second favorite behind The Night Does Not Belong to God. And then after that, probably maybe Levitate, Take Aim, or it could be one of the last two. I don't know. I feel really similar about a lot of the songs on this one, other than the first and last song, actually. Not as in, like, I feel similarly that they're bad. I just think they're all about on the same level of, like, good. But yeah, this song is still really, really good. I love Bloodsport. The vocals are some of the best on the album for sure. I like the slow beginning into kind of like a crescendo into something greater. And then similar to some of their other music, I like how they drop it back down for the outro and just kind of let it ride out with the slower instrumental to let that emotion carry. And this is a great example of how the yelling and screaming can actually, I don't know, make a greater impact on an emotional level, just because you get to hear the raw emotion, especially when he's singing more emotional lyrics. That, and then when you add that with the crying at the end of the song, it especially hits harder. The crying even more because it reminds me of Let You Down by NF, where that song is also really sad. I feel similar about this song. I think they both hit really hard. I really, really like this one. But yeah, as a whole, I guess I'll talk about the album as a whole. I kind of have already. It's a solid album. I like a majority of the songs on this one. Even the ones that I'm not as fond of, I still for the most part enjoy. There's only a couple that I'm not huge on, and that's Gods and Sugar. I think Gods is just one that I don't like because of the style. I'm not huge on the screaming throughout almost the entire song. I think the middle's the best part, and that's the one part where they're not nonstop screaming. Sugar, I think, is just a little bit too repetitive, but past that, it's not terrible. I'm not as big on the repetitive nature of that song. Like I was saying earlier, I really, really like a lot of these other songs and how they have a mix of slower styles with these heavier bits here and there. It's a really nice balance that I super enjoy. The vocals are fantastic throughout the album. I like the emotional impact this album has. It feels emotional throughout, whether that be anger, sadness, maybe like lust or something in some parts. I feel like it kind of hits a lot of different bases in that regard. It's a very solid album, and it's definitely one that I'm going to be coming back to. I'm curious to see if I like the next two albums more when I get to those ones, because after liking this one, I'm definitely going to check those ones out. I have a feeling that I'm probably going to like their last album the most, and I know that's a huge step to take, but hearing the songs that I have heard from that last album, production is definitely better. I think everything is a lot more refined, but we'll have to see. And also, I think they actually, I don't know if they're necessarily more experimental, but I think they try out some different stuff. And again, that's unlimited experience that I've had from the first and third album. I don't think I've heard a single song. Oh wait, no, Hypnosis I think is the only song I've heard from the second album. I don't know if I liked that one. I don't remember. I mean, there's literally only one way to find out, and that's by listening through all of these albums. But this is definitely a solid first album, especially considering how well everything's produced. There's only a few things here and there that you can kind of pick up on that make you recognize that it's a first project type album. I don't know if they did anything before this, but to me, there's definitely things that I can pick up on, such as there's some slight crackling in some of the audio in certain places. I don't think it's on purpose. I think it was just recording quality, and it's not like it doesn't hinder the music at all. In fact, it might add to it a little bit, but there's just some things here and there. You can tell by just quality of sound from just production to vocals. There's probably more stuff too, but that's kind of the gist of just how you can kind of tell it's a first project. And even then, it's not like super noticeable. You have to really, really be paying attention, because this is a very, very well put together project. Oh yeah, and that reminds me, as like put together, I think I talked about this earlier, but each song, like song to song, I don't think they flow super well, but in totality throughout the album, I think all of the songs really do fit well together. Like they all have very similar vibes to them, other than a couple parts here and there. they have a very similar feeling for each song. They just don't, the instrumentals just don't meld well together. It'll go from something that's very heavy to something very light and slow with like no transition period. And sometimes that would be a problem if the album didn't overall fit together, but because this one does fit together so well outside of that, I think it's perfectly fine. Especially when you know that's going to be happening throughout the album and you're not expecting it, and then I think it's perfectly fine. They become better with each album. That's good to hear. So then that matches my expectations for what I was thinking would happen. And that's not like uncommon. That's not like super strange to have an album be better than the last. But at the same time, in some regards, it can be because we've got sophomore slumps. Sometimes bands just have not as good albums. Good example would be the latest 21 Pilots album is worse than their previous, in my opinion, is worse than a few of their earlier ones. It happens. So yeah, in some regards, it's like, of course, the next album is going to be better and better produced, all that jazz. But then at the same time, you do get a lot of bands that have albums that are regarded worse compared to their previous ones. I mean, again, this is going to be something I have to go through and really experience to figure out how I feel about them, but I'm excited to figure it out. So let me get to those bonus songs really quick. Okay, Shelter.
When it rains, you don't take shelter, you don't take signs from God. When you can't swallow your demons, you become starving. Darling, I'm noticing your flaws. They're exactly what I want, even if you won't believe me. Know it. As you become part of my waking rituals, I can tell. You gather up all of my demons, you become starving. Darling, I'm noticing my flaws, and I'm matching them with yours. Won't you take me where you're going this time? And no matter the cost of rain, I will shelter you all the same. And no matter the cost of rain, I will shelter you all the same. And now and then I notice you laughing at perfect death. And then you change, suddenly hollow, you become starving. Darling, we must have met before, though I could not say for sure if we knew what we were in for. No matter the cost of rain, I will shelter you all the same. No matter the cost of rain, I will shelter you all the same. And no matter the cost of rain, I will shelter you all the same. No matter the cost of rain, I will shelter you all the same.
That was a solid song. I really like his vocals on that. Of course, no surprises there. The piano was actually super good on that one too. I think I enjoyed that way more than what I liked the Bloodsport from the Room Below, that version. Because again, I wasn't super fond on that one, but this one I did really, really enjoy. It was just a nice slow ballad that his vocals fit like especially well with the piano on that one. It didn't feel disjointed or anything. That was a solid song. Someone once told me that Shelter in this deluxe is just an acoustic version of their song, but it turns out that it's an OG itself. Okay, I was wondering, because even then, I think I probably would like a fully imagined version of the song with like an actual big studio production like they do with their other songs. I think I would like it more than what I like this version. Just because, as per usual, I'm not huge on the acoustic versions of songs, and I really do think this one would work really, really well as part of like what they do with with the most of their songs, like put up an actual like major studio production for it, rather than just this acoustic, just piano voice situation. But either way, though, I still like this one. It's still a good song. Maybe someday they'll make a rock ballad version of this, and I think that would go hard. That's something we'll have to find out. Okay, When the Party's Over. I really like that song from Billie Eilish. And no secret that I'm a Billie Eilish fan, so hopefully I like this version too.
Don't you know I'm no good for you? I've learned to lose, you can't afford to. Tore my shirt to stop you bleeding, but nothing ever stops you leaving. Quiet when I'm coming home and I'm on my own. Like you like it, like you like that, like you like that. Don't you know too much already? I'll only hurt you if you let me. Call me friend, but keep me closer. And I'll call you when the party's over. Quiet when I'm coming home, and I'm on my own. Like you like, say it like you like that, like you like that. Like you like, say it like you like that, like you like that. Like you like, say it like you like that, like you like that. Like you like, say it like you like that, like you like that.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't like the Sleep Token version of that song. I think the extremely over exaggerated vocals just does not work with a Billie Eilish song that's like super simplistic. I think his exaggerated vocals do work with his music because his music has such exaggerated production and different like turns, but I don't think it works with a very, very acoustic song like this, which is, I'm pretty sure, why I didn't like the Bloodsport cover either. It's just because sometimes he really goes overboard with these exaggerations while singing, that I think it takes away from the song to a point where I'm not all for it, I guess. It's not quite for me. I think sometimes it feels a little silly just because he's hitting these crazy exaggerations within these lines that I'm like, I think we've lost the plot here. We've lost the plot of what this song is, and it just feels a little off for me. Okay, we got one more bonus song.
Clock strikes upon the hour and the sun begins to fade. Still enough time to figure out how to chase my blues away. From right up till now, it's the light of day that shows me how. When the night falls, my loneliness calls. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. Fell in love and lost my senses, spinning through the town. Sooner or later the fever ends and I wind up feeling down. I need a man who'll take a chance on a love that burns hot enough to last. When the night falls, my loneliness calls. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody, yeah. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. And so I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. And yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. And somebody, somebody, yeah, somebody, somebody, yeah, somebody, somebody, yeah, with somebody who loves me. And somebody, somebody, yeah, somebody, somebody, yeah, somebody, somebody, yeah, with somebody who loves me.
I think that was a pretty solid cover. I think he actually matches his vocals a bit better with the vibe of the song. It's been a while since I've heard the original, so I'm not gonna be able to make as well as a comparison as I was able to with When the Party's Over. But I think this is a pretty solid cover. I think his vocals much better match the vibes from the original song. It felt like he was actually matching the sort of upbeat sound that some of the original song has. It didn't feel like it was all gloom and doom, and at the same time it did allow for a slight turn to make it more of an emotional song rather than for me, what sounds kind of like a happier song. Not necessarily happy, I guess, but more upbeat. He was able to kind of find an in-between there that matches his style with the original, so it feels a lot better than the previous one for me. This song only works in up-tempo for me, and I definitely get that. I think what kind of saves it, though, is that he actually, when he's playing the piano, I think he matches that up-tempo a little bit more than what I was expecting. I was kind of expecting not to be super into the From the Room Below songs, and I feel like that kind of is how it went. I'm just not big on Sleep Token acoustic songs, I suppose. Shelter, I do enjoy, especially because I'm not going to be able to get the chance to hear a rock studio version, so I'll have to make do. But I do like that song quite a bit. I would love to hear a rock cover of it, though. Still good for what they are. It's all personal bias. And also, I do want to make one more point about When the Party's Over cover. I love Billie Eilish so much that I think it would be hard for me to like another version more. So that's even more bias on my end. If I wasn't as big of a fan, I think you'd have more luck with convincing me to like that one more. There's a good chance that, who knows, I might have. This definitely, it doesn't feel like it's part of the album. It's just some extra content for the fans to enjoy, which I love that. I love that they're doing that. I like when artists are willing to put out some of their, I don't know if I'd necessarily call these B-sides, but just some bonus content. And I like that it is separated from the original album. So then you can listen to whatever you want. Like, you can listen to the original album and get the original context that it deserves. But then you can go over to the deluxe and listen to these bonus ones if you want to. So that's always cool. Everyone, thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that video. I had a good time listening to that album, and I'm looking forward to checking out the other two, so let me know if you want me to check those ones out. If you want to support me, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe, and if you have anything to tell me about the lore of Sleep Token, the songs, whatever, leave a comment down below. I read all my comments. And then if you really, really want to support me, you can go the extra mile and buy some merch. I'll leave a link down below for that too. Here's a new shirt by yours truly. Ta-da! It's a what I like to call the Cyber Rats t-shirt. It is a design by yours truly. And here, I'll show a little close-up. Wow! But yeah, I'm really happy with this. It'll be posted the day that this video goes up, so make sure to check that out. And anyways, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.